This is Caitlin, your host of the NoSleep4Dramas Podcast, where we get no sleep and survive on coffee to watch just one more episode at night. Welcome back to another episode of the NoSleep4Dramas Podcast, and we are doing another watch list episode. I know this might seem like it's coming really soon after the September watch list, but it is what it is. You're not wrong for thinking that, because I released the September watch list a little later in the month of September than I usually do. I try to release my watch list podcast episodes in the middle of the month, especially since I do monthly wrap-up episodes as well. And I don't want to release a watch list and then immediately the next week do a month's end wrap-up month podcast episode. It just seems like it's way too close together and not enough time to finish the dramas. They're in my watch list and then they're also in my wrap up because I finished it that month, you know? So this October watch list is coming out when I usually put them out, and the September one was just a little late. But yeah, I'm really glad to be doing another watch list episode. This seems to be an episode you guys like listening to. I love it. I love doing it. I love talking about what I watch. I love telling you guys what I enjoy, so maybe you guys can click play on it, or I don't enjoy and you guys don't have to click play on it, that type of stuff. So that's why I do these types of episodes for you. October is shaping up to be a good drama month for me. I already finished some dramas in October and I already added new ones to my watch list. And I definitely am finishing more dramas in October already than I did in September and August. Because I think I finished 3 dramas in August and 3 dramas in September, if I'm not mistaken. And I already have completed 3 dramas for October. And I already know I have like 3 or 4 more I plan on finishing before the month's out. I'm glad that's happening. I'm glad I'm having more time to finish stuff, or at least just completing dramas before I start new ones. Not saying I have not gone hog wild and just click play on everything. It could be a lot worse though, because for one, it seems like in October all of the C-dramas are dropping, like left, right, and center. Everything, everywhere I look, there seems to be an announcement that another Chinese drama is coming out. And I'm probably going to get some serious FOMO from it because there's multiple dramas in that list I want to see. But there's also dramas from this year I have not watched yet, or let alone other years. And as you guys know, I don't watch Chinese dramas as they air because I'm horrible at keeping up. So there's probably going to be a lot of FOMO with that list. There's already FOMO, honestly. There's going to be some definite changes in this episode from the September watch list because as I said, I've already finished 3 dramas, and we're still in the middle of October. So we'll see. We'll see what I finish. We'll see what I add. Again, those C dramas are very tempting because the temptation over here is wild of how many of those dramas I want to click play on. But we're not here to talk about C-dramas that are coming out in October. We're here to talk about what I'm actually watching and enjoying or not enjoying. We'll have to see. So if you are new here and you've never heard a watch list episode from me before, what this episode is about is I go through what I'm currently watching and then give you opinions on what I'm currently watching, if I recommend it, if I don't recommend it, that type of thing. And usually there's a format in terms of I talk K-dramas first, and then I go to variety shows, Korean variety shows if I'm watching any. Then I go to Chinese dramas, and then if I'm watching any Chinese variety, I go after that. You'll get the gist, right? And then it's J-dramas, Japanese variety, anime, because I also watch anime once in a while. And then it's Taiwanese dramas, and then Thai dramas. That's usually the order. And then at the very end, I also discuss or name off some things I plan to add to my watch list soon. Because as a drama watcher, you always have things lined up to add. It's never empty for any of us, really. At least it isn't for me. I don't know about other people, but it's never empty in terms of what I'm planning on watching next. It just seems to grow, honestly. So that's going to be the format of this episode. We're going to talk about Korean dramas first. I'm watching more than I was watching in September, because in September, if you remember, I was only watching one K-drama at the time. I have now finished that specific K-drama, and now I moved on to 3 other ones. We are up to 3 Korean dramas. And the first one I'm going to talk about, which I am thoroughly enjoying, it's probably my favorite thing I'm watching at the moment, is The Judge from Hell. Don't get me wrong, when I watched these trailers for this Korean drama, I knew I would like it. I was a little iffy in terms of casting because I had questions. But the minute I clicked play on it, though, all those questions went out the window. I mean, I was like, I love this so much. And I like it more than I thought I would. And I'll say why. So I'm all caught up on this Korean drama, which I think is a mistake because now I have to wait for episodes. I think I had watched like the first 2 and I hadn't watched since then. And I decided this past week I was going to get caught up, and then here we are. I'm now waiting for episodes again. So I think I'll probably do that same thing where I kind of just pile up the episodes and then binge them all at once, because it is hard waiting for these episodes. Like agonizing, especially because I guess I forgot this because I remember when The Judge from Hell premiered, we waited like a half a week. So it premiered on Saturday, but US didn't get it until Wednesday. And because I was behind and I didn't watch them as they came out, I didn't realize it continued to air on Wednesdays. So then all of a sudden this past Saturday, I'm like, where's the new episode? Because I completely forgot about it. So that also is killing me, that we also have a delay. Not only am I waiting for Saturday, I'm now waiting for Wednesday. I don't know what Disney/Hulu is thinking. I really don't. Anyway, that's beside the point. This is probably one of my favorite things I'm watching currently. First off, if you like crime, if you like dark dramas, you have to watch this one. It's delicious. It's so good. The interesting thing about this is it's not, I mean, it probably will become this, but like I've seen the first 6 episodes. The first 6 episodes, Park Shin-hye in this is just a villain through and through. She does not apologize for anything that she is doing, and she is a demon through and through. And it's so fun to watch her in this role. So I'm going to introduce, of the dramas that I have added to my watch list, I'm going to introduce them in terms of cast, synopsis, that type of thing. I do that when I introduce new shows that I haven't talked about before. Let's start with Judge from Hell. So The Judge from Hell stars Park Shin-hye and Kim Jae-young. They're the 2 leads. Park Shin-hye plays a demon and Kim Jae-young plays a cop. And then other prominent people, we have Kim In-kwon, who plays like Park Shin-hye's assistant. We have Kim Ah-young, who also plays Park Shin-hye's assistant. We have what are some other people? Kim Young-uk, who is like the old woman in Park Shin-hye's apartment. We have, who else? We have Lee Kyung-han, who is like this chaebol son, along with Choi Jung-gu, who plays his brother. Kim Hong-pa plays their father, so they have their own little family over there. Kim Hae-hwa plays Kim Jae-young's superior, like a cop superior, like his boss. And then along with Kim Ji-hoon and Park Ji-hoon, they are both detectives alongside him. Who else? Anyway. So those are some of the cast. Basically, synopsis of this is Park Shin-hye plays Kam Bit-na, who is a judge, and she ends up dying and then being accidentally pulled into hell. And Justia, I think is the demon's name. Justia accidentally, like, not accidentally, she puts her in hell. She like kills her and is like, you're off to hell, I don't care. And due to her punishing somebody who was not supposed to be there, Justia is sent back to Earth and possesses Kambitna's body. And her mission on Earth now is to kill evil people. And she has a quota that she has to meet. I think it's 10 or 20 people. And so she basically is running around Earth killing these really bad people. And then Kim Jae-young is a cop who eventually meets her and he catches on that she might be doing these killings that they're going around investigating. So now they are kind of enemy people. Like they're always running into each other, they're always bickering, that type of thing. Their dynamic together is just so fun because eventually Kim Jae-young finds out she's a demon, and he obviously doesn't believe it at first, and then over time does, but they just bicker so much. But it's so fun to watch them bicker because he's not scared of her anymore, and she is trying to scare him and it doesn't work, so now she's frustrated. And then there's this whole thing of like a demon might becoming human eventually and how that's bad or how that's good. And then we have this mystery of how Kambitna even end up being killed in the first place. We probably have to figure that out at this point. And then we obviously have, Kim Jae-young's character is a cop, and he obviously has a sad backstory. So we're probably going to investigate that eventually. Like, there's so much stuff that is making this such an enjoyable crime drama that it's why I am loving this drama so much. It's so well written, and Park Shin-hye's facial expressions in this is glorious. Like, I could make a TikTok video on her facial expressions alone, and it would be glorious. I have never seen her play a role like this, and she's deliciously evil in this, at least in the first 6 episodes that I've seen. It's so fun. And then her chemistry with Kim Jae-young is so fun to watch, and I'm enjoying it immensely. Now, this drama is not going to be everybody's cup of tea because it is extremely violent and very dark. She's going after really bad people. And basically what she does is she finds these people. She's a judge, so she encounters them in court or something. And she lets them off in terms of human court, but then catches up them and punishes them in hell court. And what that means is she is making them relive the crimes that they did to other people. And their crimes are horrendous. Like, so bad. And it's satisfying to watch because these people are horrible people that she's punishing. But you technically have to watch the crimes twice in a way, because you watch what they do to their victims and then you watch what she makes them go through. So it is extremely violent and very dark. And so it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but it's so good. It's so good. And honestly, I'm surprised. I was not expecting it at all. And so I love when these types of dramas happen where it's not expected and then you go into it and you're like, oh my God, why is this so good? So since we're at about episode 6, 7 and 8 have aired. I just have not been able to watch them yet because they're not available to me yet. We have 14 episodes in total. We're almost about halfway. Now, this is about the time in the drama, if we're going to have romance and stuff, it's going to happen. Usually around here, we get first date or whatever. Right now, we don't have any of that. You could see that our two leads have feelings for each other, but they're nowhere near dating, which is so new at the same time, because it's against the grain type of storytelling. They clearly have feelings for each other, but they have not admitted it. They haven't kissed. They haven't gone on a date. It's very against the grain in terms of storytelling, which I love. It makes it unique. It makes it fun. It's super dark. Again, I don't know what happens in 7 and 8. Something might happen in 7 and 8. I haven't seen it, but there's clearly feelings there. I'm really curious to see how they're going to write that out, because there's so many different possibilities you can do with this story. Either make it a sad ending or a happy ending. I don't know. I'm really curious how this drama is going to do the second half in terms of a happy or sad ending and how that will come about. I could kind of see it going both ways. I could see it doing a happy ending route, and I could see it doing a sad ending route. I don't know. Obviously, we have to figure out her death. We have to figure out his sad backstory death. I'm assuming something's happening with her ex-fiance's family. They're just sitting in the sidelines over there, which I made a TikTok video about this. But anytime I see, what's his name? Lee Kyu-han. Anytime I see him in a drama and he plays this chaebol character, I immediately think he's going to become the bad guy. Because he always does. Like, he always plays these like sleazy husbands or these chaebol people in the shadows that eventually become the big bad. Like, he has to have a bigger role in this drama, especially because he's the ex-fiance of Park Shin-hye's character. That setup, he has to be involved somehow. I'm curious how that will play out. The fact that I'm like thinking of theories and stuff tells you how invested in this drama I am, and it's definitely one of my favorite things I'm watching right now, hands down. I look forward to it every week, and I'm really sad I'm caught up because now I have to wait. The next Korean drama I've added to my list, I started my new weekender because I finished Bad Thief, Good Thief. This is the weekender that I was trying to finish that other weekender by. So I finally finished it, which means I got to start Iron Family. Iron Family is the one I was waiting for. It's a shorter weekender with only 36 episodes. Other weekenders that you'll find are normally 50 episodes or 50 hours, depending on... Sometimes there'll be 50 episodes of an hour, and sometimes they'll break that up into 30-minute episodes, so it'll be 100 episodes. Usually the 100 plus are dailies, Monday through Friday, and the weekenders are the hour length ones. But once in a while, I've seen a weekender broken up in 30-minute chunks, but that's very rare. I've gotten some questions on what a weekender is, and correct me if I'm wrong, or if you want to add more context in the comments. But for me, a weekender is a Korean drama that airs on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, and has 50 episodes in length, and each episode is about an hour long. So you get 2 episodes of, like any other Korean drama, you get 2 episodes a weekend, like a week. They're just long-running Korean dramas. They don't end at 16, they go about 50. And usually with the weekenders, it's centers around family. You have multiple romances, multiple relationships. Maybe it's like neighbor families living together or things like that. The dailies usually are like revenge, birth secrets, the more makjang style. Weekenders are more wholesome. They might have they obviously still have drama in them, but the ones I've encountered are not as crazy as the dailies, which I like watching the dailies as well, because you know me, I like makjang and crazy ones. So Iron Family right now, I've only seen the first episode, is building up to the multiple families, multiple relationships, multiple romances, maybe a secret here and there. But overall, it's more of a comedy, wholesome family drama. This one specifically, though, is 36 episodes. So they've shrunk the length. Apparently, I heard going into 2025, weekenders are now going to be capped at 30 episodes. I don't really know the reason of that, because usually with ratings, weekenders are pretty popular. So maybe they just want to do more weekenders than they have been able to because they're 50 episodes. Maybe they're just shortening the length of them to get more out there. Because if you look at the weekend ratings in Korea, weekenders are very popular, which is why they're still making them. I don't really know the choice of that, but apparently the rumor is going forward into 2025, because I think Iron Family ends in like January. They're going to be like 30 episodes in length instead of 50. The entire reason I'm watching Iron Family is because Kim Jong-hoon is in it. So let me introduce Iron Family to you. Iron Family is about a girl named Darim, who's the youngest child of a family who runs a laundry shop. She was diagnosed with a rare eye disease at 14, and that is slowly taking her vision away. She attempts to do everything she can before she can see no more, like read all the books, movies, whatever. And right before she loses her sight completely, she meets Kim Jong-hoon's character. His name is Gangju, who is a son of a conglomerate family, so he's a chaebol. Their relationship, this is in college, so she's in college. Their relationship starts out in an interesting way. I'm not going to spoil it in case you want to watch it. And they don't end well. Like, it was kind of like a brief meeting, and they kind of go their separate ways. So they don't have a long relationship when they first meet in college. And due to this unexpected meeting and how they part, Darim does not like him after this meeting. They meet again later on, like 10 years later, 5 years later. And so they rekindle this relationship. And then while that relationship's going on, you have what's going on with her family. You have what's going on with his family. You might have, like, there's his companies involved. So there's a bunch of people, a bunch of characters that are all involved in this story. But Kim Jong-hoon's character and Gum Sa-ruk's character are the main two couple, like the main lead couple. So eventually, in the present day, her family learns that she can regain her sight with this super expensive surgery that they would never afford. I'm sure that's going to be a storyline of, like, how are they ever going to afford this? Will they afford it? Will she just stay blind forever? Blah, blah, blah. So we have Kim Jong-hoon in this cast. He plays the lead role. We have Gum Se-ruk. And then Choi Tae-jun and Yang Hae-ji are probably going to be our second couple. It's really early on, but I'm assuming they're going to be our second couple. And then other people you might recognize, we have Lee Sung-yul, who plays a cop. We have Shin Hoon-jun, who is the Kim Jong-hoon's father, I think. Father or uncle. And then we have Kim Hae-un, who plays his mother. We have Park Ji-young, who plays Darim's mother. Kim Young-uk is also in this. She plays the grandmother, and Park In-hwan plays the grandfather of Darim. And then we have all these other people. Usually with Weekenders, you have a ton of people in their cast. But those are really the two families in general. But again, as I said, the main reason I started watching this was because Kim Jong-hoon's in it. I haven't seen him in a really long time, and I love him as an actor. This is his first Weekender. Granted, he did a cameo in The Player earlier this year, but it was a cameo. It was maybe one episode. I don't think I've watched him since... So my first introduction to him was Crash Landing on You. And then I went back and watched some of his older dramas. So I started Time, but I don't think I finished it. I think I started School 2017, and I think I finished that one. But I haven't seen, like, Mr. Queen or Kokdu. So really, my favorite role of his was Crash Landing on You, but I'm biased for that because that was my favorite role of his. I love him. I think he's a really good actor, especially when it comes to comedy. He does comedy really well. I'm excited to see him in this drama because he does comedy really well. And I haven't seen him in a drama in a while. As I said, this is his first Weekender, so I want to support him in his first Weekender. I also didn't know much of who else was in this cast other than him, so I was pleasantly surprised to see other people like the grandmother, grandfather, or Choi Tae-jun. There's a lot of veteran actors, actresses in this cast, especially with the older generation. So I was really excited to see this cast. I'm gonna slowly be watching this. I'm gonna be watching this for a while. It's 36 episodes. I'm already behind on it because I've only watched the first episode, but I liked the first episode. I liked the setups. I am not mad at how the first episode happened. There's definitely some slapstick comedy in here, but I was kind of expecting it. I wasn't as put off with the slapstick than I normally am, because normally I don't like slapstick comedy. Um, but because I was kind of expecting it, knowing the kind of humor that he has done in the past, like he did Waikiki. That is slapstick comedy. I have not watched that, but I think because I was expecting it, it didn't bother me as much. I liked it. It was a pleasant break on overall what I was watching because I'm watching a lot of crime stuff. It's a pleasant break to have this sort of comedy, family, a lot of stories going on, a lot of people to care about. I'm enjoying it. Due to the Weekender, obviously it's a slower drama because you have to make it last 36 episodes. It's not everything is happening right at once, but I I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I'm excited to see what happens because right now, currently in episode 1, like they hate each other. And he sort of doesn't remember her and she does, but doesn't know what he looks like, obviously. Again, enemies to lovers type thing. It's fun. I think it's going to be fun. It'll be interesting to see what happens and who else becomes a couple and what happens with that, because with these type of things you don't really know what's ever going to happen, because sometimes they'll throw a birth secret in randomly or they'll do a sudden death somewhere. So it's always interesting to see, even though it's a family drama and most likely it's not going to be as crazy as a daily drama, there's still some drama that happens eventually. I'm excited. I'm excited just to see the acting and what they're going to do with 36 episodes. All right, so the next one, we're going to do a complete shift because Iron Family does not have angst in it, and we're going full angst in the next one. Next one I'm watching is What Comes After Love. The angst is killing me in this. Thank God it's 6 episodes, because I've watched the first 2 and I kind of just decided I'm going to wait until the next 4 are out and just binge it, because the angst and which is hilarious. Okay, I'm going to introduce this drama first and then I'm going to say why it's hilarious. What Comes After Love is another Korean Japanese collaboration type thing. You have Lee Se-young, who plays our main girl, and then we have Sakaguchi Kentaro, who plays the main guy. Then you have Han Jung-hoon and Nakamura Ann, who are playing the second leads. And then some other people. You have Lee Hil-hwa, who you'll recognize. She plays a lot of mothers, wives type roles. Let's see, who else might you recognize? Jo Sung-yoon, you'll recognize him. He plays a lot of like father chaebol people. So our main 4 are Lee Se-young, Sakaguchi Kentaro, Nakamura Ann, and Han Jung-hoon. And this story is Lee Se-young, Choi Hong, plays Choi Hong, and she goes to study in Japan. And she meets Aoki Jungo, who is played by Sakaguchi Kentaro, and they fall in love and start dating in Japan. But they break up due to differences and logistics and things like that. And then he comes to Korea 5 years later and they meet up again in Korea. So what is hilarious is, even though this angst is something else for me, I am really enjoying the times they're in Korea more than when they're in Japan, because Korea is where the angst stuff is, and Japan, for the most part, I'm only in the first 2 episodes. I haven't hit the angst in Japan, but in the most part in Japan, it's like flowers and rainbows and first dates and everything. It's crazy that I'm enjoying the Korea part more than the Japan, because there's so much angst, and the angst is real and it's agonizing when it comes to the Korea parts. But I'm sure Japan's eventually going to turn into that, because at this point in 2 episodes I've watched, I have not seen how or why they've broken up. So I've actually decided I'm probably going to wait until the rest of the episodes are out and I'm just going to binge it, because I just don't know if I can do, because it's 1 episode a week. I don't think I can watch 1 episode and then wait an entire week for another episode, just because the angst is so bad. But it's good. I'm enjoying it. It's different for me. I think they have really good chemistry, Issei Young and Sakaguchi Kintaro. I'm really curious how this story is going to play out. I personally don't necessarily need a happy ending. I just need it to make sense and be good. And honestly, in my mind, I don't think they'll end up together at the end of this. I'm just predicting that now. I don't see them getting together, especially with only 6 episodes. I don't see how they're going to get to where they are right now in Korea, from what I've seen, to the end of episode 6 of them being together and walking off into the sunset. I don't see that happening personally. I see it more of like they might reconcile and then go their separate ways, just not dating each other. Or they might just not reconcile and then just go their separate ways. And she marries her fiance and he just walks off. At this point, I don't see how they end up together and have their happy ending. Or it could be a open ending where people can interpret how they want. I foresee that type of thing happening. It's either an open ending or they just don't end up together. And that might be just the cynic in me. I don't really know. I do like the chemistry between the two leads. I'm really glad people are discovering Sakaguchi Kintaro through this drama. He's a fantastic actor. I've seen him in Japanese dramas for a while now. I love watching the interviews with these two. It's just very cute. The angst is real, man. The angst is bad. So I don't know, man. I'm gonna be really surprised if this has like we are together and dating ending. Personally, I just don't see that happening after the first 2 episodes, in my opinion. All right, those are the only Korean dramas I'm currently watching. I do plan to click play on others, which we'll discuss at the end. The next thing I'm going to talk about is some Korean variety show. As I said in my September watch list, I clicked play on Road to Kingdom Ace to Ace. Mnet did us dirty and only released the first episode with subs on YouTube, so for international fans. I've only watched the first episode like I did in September. I'm a couple episodes behind now because Mnet is not releasing them. Luckily, I found another way that I can watch them. I just have not clicked play on the other episodes. I might wait until this show is done and just binge it all, but we'll see. Right now, I think I can watch up to episode 3 because the way I'm watching it hasn't uploaded episode 4. And I think 4 aired this past week. I might just watch up to what I can watch and then wait a bit again. I just don't know. I might put this on hold and then just binge it too. I enjoyed the first episode. I really want to finish this show because I did enjoy it. And I have watched, as I said in my September watch list, I've watched every other rendition of this show, Queendom, Kingdom, the other Road to Kingdom, all that stuff. I want to continue watching this. I don't know. I haven't quite decided, but I am going to finish it. It's not like I'm going to drop this. What's good though is because Mnet did us dirty and has not released anything else. I haven't been spoiled on basically anything of this show. So that's good that I could just binge it later. I don't plan on dropping it. I'm not seeing spoilers, which is a good thing. I did enjoy the first episode a lot though, and I want to continue. We'll see. Plus, I kind of plan on doing a podcast episode on this, so I probably have to finish it to do that, right? That's my variety show. I plan on adding another one, which again, I'll talk about at the end. Now we're moving on to Chinese dramas. In September, I think I was watching 2 Chinese dramas. I finished one. Of course, I finished one, and then I added 2 more. I added two dramas to replace the one. First one I'm going to talk about is The Double. Yes, I'm finally watching The Double. I'm actually over halfway through this drama already. I've binged like the first 20 episodes in the last 2 weeks or something. More than 20 because I'm now past the 20 mark. But not surprising to anyone, I'm really enjoying this. I mean, as I said, I practically binged the first 25 episodes in the past 2 weeks or so, and we all know I'm not a binger. The fact that I'm doing that means I'm really enjoying it. I love the female lead in this. I think she's really smart. I love that the male lead allows her to be smart and is actually like proud when she shows off, and we love a supportive man, you know? The revenge part of this drama is so satisfying so far. And I'm glad now that I'm in the second half of the drama, I'm going to get more satisfying revenge parts of that. Because there are some truly despicable characters in this drama that I want to get them to meet the deserved end that they deserve. I'm really curious how these last 15, 20 episodes are going to go. Because, one, I want everybody to get the revenge that they deserve, because there's a lot of characters that have not met their ending yet. The two leads have great chemistry, and their romance is truly a slow burn in this drama. Like, again, I've watched 20-something episodes of this drama, and it's kind of just starting now. Which is surprising in a way because it's only 40 episodes. But again, it's a Chinese drama, so I'm not really that surprised. I mean, they can do Chinese dramas sometimes do slow burn like no other country. But I hope in the second half we do see their romance kind of flourish a little bit. We see little pockets here and there in the first half, but I can see why this is one of the top Chinese dramas of 2024. It will probably be in my top non-Korean dramas of the year as well, unless the ending completely falls away and does nothing. I could also see why a lot of people are like, Caitlin, you need to watch the double. I'm now watching it, and yeah, I'm really, really enjoying it. It's really good so far. All right, the second Chinese drama I just clicked play on. The second Chinese drama I clicked play on recently was Ashes of Love. Yes, I'm finally I've never watched this Chinese drama. I've only watched the first episode, so it's really early. And yeah, I know. It's one of those things where people are going to be like, Caitlin, you've never seen this Chinese drama? Yes, I've never seen this Chinese drama. I will tell you why. I am not the biggest fan of Yangtze. I kind of avoided this drama for it. Specifically, I'm not the biggest fan of Yangtze or any people who play this type of innocent female lead, airhead female lead, at least in the beginning. I knew her character was that at least in the beginning of this drama. I avoided it along with a couple other dramas. I am now watching this for a podcast review. I'm very early on in this drama. So my opinions of this is like literally first, second, third episode. Like I've literally only just started this drama. I don't know about this man. Again, I knew going in this drama I would not be a fan of Yangtze. I wasn't surprised. Like she came on screen, the first episode happened. I'm like, I do not know about this. I was right. I do not like her character in these first couple episodes. I do not like her character. So I'm hoping her character will grow on me as this drama goes on. But man, I do not like her character in these first couple episodes. I do love the genre though. I love the Shansha genre, so that's a plus. And I don't think I know enough about the other characters or the story to have an opinion on anything else. It's just, and again, I also love a bunch of the supporting cast of this drama, like Lao Yushi. We all know I love him. I heard he's amazing when it comes to acting in this drama, so I'm excited to see his character. We'll just have to see how this plays out. I honestly don't know. This might be the first podcast episode review that I disagree with the majority. Yeah, we're gonna have to see. But again, it's very early on. I'm trying to be as objective and unbiased as possible, but I knew going into this drama I would not like Yangtze, at least in the beginning. We'll have to see. For people who do not know, did I introduce the double? I don't think I did. Let me go back to the double really quick. So the double is a very popular Chinese drama from this year. It stars Wu Jiyan and Wang Xinyu. Basically, it's about Wu Jiyang's character. She is a daughter of a county magistrate who loses everything, and she quote unquote dies and then is saved by another family and takes on the identity of this daughter of this other family and gets her revenge with the help of Wan Shin-shu's character, who is a duke. And he also is trying to figure out a mystery with his family. So it's a whole revenge story with them too. So that's pretty much the double. Ashes of Love stars Yangzi and Deng Lun, with Lao Yushi and Wang Yifei in second leads, I think. And then there's like a bunch of other people like Chen Yuxi, Zhao Tingwei, He Zheng Ha. He plays like the Heavenly Emperor. Like there's a ton of people in this cast. But obviously Yangzi and Deng Lun are the leads. Yangzi plays Jinmi, who is the daughter of a flower deity. And before her mother's death, she sees that her daughter is going to encounter a fatal love triangle and feeds her daughter an unfeeling pill, which prevents her from developing any romantic feelings. She also instructs her flower realm to keep Jinmi hidden and her away from anything outside of this flower realm. So she grows up in this really isolated area, which I'm assuming is why her character the way she is at the beginning of this show, of this drama. And then she eventually meets Deng Lun's character, who is the fire deity and the son of the Heavenly Emperor, who accidentally falls into her realm that she's been staying in. And they meet, and right now she's nursing him back to health because he's severely injured. That's pretty much where I'm at right now on Ashes of Love. Again, very, very early on. I'm trying not to have a bias with Ashes of Love, but it's really, really hard because I knew I would not like Yangzi's character at the beginning of this drama. So hopefully she'll grow on me. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how this goes. All right, so the last Chinese drama I'm still watching is Strange Tales of Tang Dynasty. I have not made much progress on this due to other dramas that have taken priority or new podcast episode recordings coming up. I don't plan on dropping this. I want to watch both seasons. I've enjoyed the first couple episodes I've watched. It's also October. Perfect time to watch those dramas. I'm not planning on dropping it, but I definitely have other dramas that I have to finish before this one. That one's kind of been on the back burner a little bit. Now we're moving on to Japanese dramas. I finished one Japanese drama from September, and I'm still watching Alice in Borderland Season 1. I know, it's like, you're like, Caitlin, why are you still watching this? It's really short. I have not made any progress due to other dramas taking priority of me finishing them. And also, there's two reasons why I haven't watched past the first episode. One, I know what's coming, so I'm kind of avoiding it. Especially in Season 1. In Season 2, I don't know what's coming. But what is crazy is October is, again, the perfect time to kind of watch this because it's October, you know? The second reason is kind of the same reason because of Strange Tales of Tang Dynasty, is like other dramas have taken priority due to podcast recordings coming up. I'm hoping I can binge at least this season in October and get it done with, and then have Season 2. So we'll have to see. But I really haven't made progress on Strange Tales or Alice in Borderland at all. But I'm hoping I can finish Season 1 by the end of October. That's the plan. All right, and lastly, what I'm watching is I'm watching Apothecary Diaries still. I'm almost done with this drama. I think I have this anime. I think I have 10 episodes left, maybe little less than 10. It's around 10. I do plan on finishing this in October. I love this anime. I mean, not surprising to anyone. I love this anime. I mean, if this story was a Chinese drama, I would also be eating this Chinese drama up. So I'm not surprising at all that I'm enjoying this. Also not surprising that this anime is getting a Season 2. I love the main girl so much, from her reactions to how smart she is. She's a highlight for me in this anime. I like the support characters as well, who's around our two leads and helping them out. I kind of wonder what's going to happen in the last 10 episodes, what twist they're going to throw. I kind of have some idea, maybe, especially when it comes to our lead man. I kind of have an idea of who he might be, but you never know. She might be somebody too. I don't know. I honestly don't think this anime needs a romance though, at least like right now. It could happen. I could see it happening. It may be in season 2 or in the last couple episodes because our main guy clearly cares for her, at least in maybe not a romantic sense, but at least in a companion sense. So I'm sure that's going to turn into romance at some point. She, I think, is just still oblivious to it. A lot can happen in the last 10 episodes. We'll have to see what happens. It's not surprising this is getting a season 2 at all, and I'm totally going to watch it. But that's pretty much all I'm currently watching. It's a lot of variety, a lot of stuff, a lot of surprising stuff, honestly, I'm sure, especially when it comes to The Weekender, for example. But now we're going to talk about some things that I plan on starting. Some of these are repeats, some of these are new stuff. I just always like to keep a list of things that I do plan on starting in the near future, depending on what I finish or whatever. The first one up, Danger of Her Season 1. So Danger of Her Season 2 came out of nowhere and premiered yesterday or maybe the day before. They were kind of promoting it, but not really. And it finally had, maybe it premiered last week, something like that. Either way, it's accessible. And they also have now added English subtitles, auto-generated, so we'll have to see how good they are or not. But because season 2 came out, I figured I'd watch season 1 again, just to remind myself of what season 1 was. Is it going to be the same characters from season 1 and season 2? I have no idea. All I know is they completely recasted it, so I'm assuming no. I'm assuming it's just going to be a completely new story. We'll have to see. I do plan on click and play on season 1. They're really short. It's like 14, 12 episodes, something like that. I plan on watching those Chinese dramas. Culinary Class Wars. I mean, this variety show is not variety show, but this like chef competition show has been on my list forever. And I do plan on doing a podcast episode on it. So I need to click play on it and start it, obviously. Doubt, which just premiered this past weekend. I plan on watching that. So I need to start that as well. Hellbound Season 2 is coming in like the next 2 weeks or something. I have very iffy feelings about that. Like, I want to watch it because I've watched season 1, but I didn't particularly like season 1, mainly due to because I had so many questions. So I'm hoping season 2 will answer some of that stuff, but I don't know. I'm wondering if I should just skip it because I didn't particularly like season 1, but at the same time I want answers. I'm not really sure. Love in the Big City, I'm totally watching that. It drops next week, I think. And then, of course, the ones I still have on my list, Spiral Realm, Delicious Dungeon, which is an anime, and Judge D's Mystery Season 1. I do plan on starting those as well eventually. Those are some things I plan on adding to my current watch list eventually, soon, next week. We'll see. But I've made some good progress on dramas and other things I've been watching in the last couple of weeks. Hopefully that continues. November and December always get really busy with me with family stuff and the holidays. I'm assuming that's what's going to happen in my life again. We'll have to see. It'll be interesting what I can finish by the end of the year. Because the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas always get really busy with me. Especially between Thanksgiving and the end of the year. I don't think I have a free weekend between that time, between Thanksgiving and the end of the year. It'll be interesting to see what I can complete and what I start watching before that happens, or while that happens, and before 2024 comes to a close. But that's it. That is what I'm currently watching. Hopefully I can finish some more of this stuff in October and get it off my watch list. What have you completed recently? What are you currently watching and enjoying? Have you watched anything I'm currently watching? What are your opinions on those? Do you have anything you want me to watch? Please let me know. Anything you're enjoying that you think I would like. I will say again, I am not a rom-com person. I'm more a mellow /crime/action type girly. Any of those genres, please give me your suggestions and let me know. But that's it. That is my October watchlist episode. Thank you for listening to another episode on this podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. Please DM me or comment. I love talking with you guys about dramas. This is why I like making these types of episodes. And I hope you have found something on this list that I provided you to click play on, or that you might be interested in, or you might have forgotten it existed and now you can go back and watch it. Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your comments. And thank you for listening. If you want to continue the conversations about dramas that were started in this episode, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter under the username NoSleep4Dramas. That is no sleep, the number 4 dramas, just like in the title of the podcast. This podcast is also an expansion of my blog, so you can visit my blog at www.NoSleep4Dramas.com, the number 4 dramas.com, and find multiple years of blog posts already available at your fingertips. All links are in the description of this episode. This has been an episode of the No Sleep for Dramas podcast, and I am your host, Caitlin. I will see you here next time, and I hope you get no sleep chasing the next episode just like me. Good night.